Peter Pan, that's what they call me. I promise that you...
Hey guys. So, we're back. So, I just watched the movie Klaus, a Netflix original, and I loved it. I watched it with my two brothers on an iPad, and I saw my brother watching this once, and I thought, man, I'm not gonna watch that. That looks stupid. And then, I watched it, and I loved it. It was just so funny, like, seeing how wacky the characters would be, and, how, they had these 2D drawings, and how they made them look like they were in three-dimensional. And so the plot is, sorry, voice crack. So the plot of the movie is, spoilers, by the way. So this rich kid, actually, the more I think about this, it reminds me of Emperor's New Groove. Yeah. So this rich kid, he's just loathing around, doesn't do anything for his dad's company, and then his dad sends him away to make a postman stand and have them mail 6,000 letters in the matter of a year in a faraway land called Smearensburg. And in Smearensburg, everything is either really cold, really dark, really bland, and everyone's in a battle, basically. Specifically, if you ring the battle bell. These two families have been fighting for generations, and he doesn't know what to, and the kid's name is Jesper, and he doesn't know what to do. At first, he considers leaving, but then he realized, no, if I leave, I'll be cut off, and, yeah, so he stays, doesn't particularly enjoy it, until he doesn't even enjoy it this far. He meets this nice lady who is supposed to be working at school, but made it like a fish shop because none of the kids were gonna learn. And then eventually, they start to learn, but that's for later. So he's walking around, and it's been like 6 months, and nobody has mailed a single letter. And so he folds up his little map thing, and he finds that there's one more house. And then he goes up to the mountain, and then it's Mr. Klaus, as they call it, Klaus. And so, he goes to the house, knocks on the door, goes inside, and then he sees there's a bunch of toys. And then he sees this little diorama thing of a carving of him and his wife and what would have been their kid. So the story is about Klaus. They were about to have a baby or something. I don't really remember that much of it. But, so Klaus was kind of in like a deep depression now because of his wife's passing. So, that's really sad. Oh, and, guys, I'll be praying for Kobe Bryant, 41 years old, 2020. And also, rest in peace, his 13-year-old daughter. It's really a tragedy what happened to them. Just kind of came out of nowhere. We just heard it on the news in the middle of the day. And we were just all pretty sad about that. Like, my parents grew up watching him play, and, like, on the Lakers, I'm pretty sure. Retired in 2016, and coincidentally, they were going to see a basketball game. And, yeah. Well, that's over. Back to the review. So, he sees Klaus, and he's scared. He runs away, and then he catches up to Klaus, and then, he has Jesper mail something, like, he kicks him to where he goes through the, what are those called? Chimneys. Yeah. And then he gives it to the kid, and he keeps on making this joke. There's no way it's not a severed head. And it's just like, interesting. So, he does it, and then he realized that Klaus was really giving toys, and Klaus is really trying to protect him. So, they start having this montage of him telling people to write letters to Klaus, and then he'll give away his toys. And then people start, after Jesper got bullied by one of the little kids, even though he's like 30 probably, he said, oh, only nice kids get toys, so, and they have a naughty and nice list, and he sees you where you're sleeping, and he knows when you're awake. He knows if you've been bad or good. So be good for goodness sake. So everyone starts trying to be as nice as they can, except for the two families that have been fighting for basically all of eternity. And the two families don't like the niceness that's going around. So they team up for once in their lifetimes, and then they try to stop this. Yeah, they don't like that. So they plot something to keep on giving toys to the kids, and Jesper is almost on his way to 6,000 letters, and then he starts second guessing his return. At this time he doesn't really want to go back. He's starting to like the fish woman, and then she keeps on saving up her money to go back, but then she starts buying some school supplies and teaches the kids, and that automatically gets them on the nice list. And then there's this one little girl who doesn't speak English, and so Jesper doesn't know what to do, so he just takes a letter and gives it to Klaus. So it keeps on going on like that for a while, and then at the end, towards the end, his father comes and sees that sorry, I just got a call, so kind of ended. So so apparently he had 12,000 letters sent, but he really didn't, because of the two families that were fighting. They sent a bunch of letters just so they could get him away. And yeah, so he gets taken away. Yeah, guys, he really got taken away. There's a whole 45 minutes left of this movie. Yeah, it's over. But as it would have turned out, he chose to stay, because he loved helping the people, and he was trying to really start to like the fish lady, or the school teacher now. So after everyone thought that he left, they all kind of got mad at him, but they didn't know he stayed back. So everyone got mad at Klaus, and they put all the toys in a sleigh, and they were ready to send it off of the mountain. But Klaus just had a sack that was full of just boxes, and it wasn't the real toys. So then, long story short, Jesper and the girl get married. Klaus got some magical power, and he became Klaus. And the movie was just a joy for me to watch. I just really liked that I got to watch it with my brothers, and that I didn't know about this movie before I before I watched it. So, Klaus, you deserve that 93 Rotten Tomatoes and that 97 audience score. I would have given you both. But the only problem with this movie is probably they focus too much on the trying to get the letters. I feel like that took up like 30 minutes of the movie. And Klaus, I think you're a great movie. Huddy Dog Yo gives you a positive review, and that's final. Bye bye, guys.